So evening lovelies, just get yourself sorted with whatever you might need around you. And if you have got a yoga strap, we will use one this evening. If you haven't got a yoga strap, then sort of a long belt or a dressing gown cord that is just tied into kind of a loop will work as well for a particular pose that we're going to do, which is called hammock. So that's all you'll really need, other than a couple of blocks and maybe cushion. So begin where you'd like to start, seated or lying down, whatever's most comfortable for your body this evening. Just have a think about what you've been doing today, whether it's been a busy one. And just come into this space. Take some deep breaths. And just use the exhale as that opportunity to relax, release. Loosen your shoulders away from your ears. Bring the breath to the belly if it's all been in the chest most of the day. And just start to become quite conscious of this moment that you're in. Each breath that you take. Because that's what's so vital for life. We're so often reminded that we can go without food for weeks, water without days, but you go without the breath, it's really only a few minutes. It's so vital to our life. And also our quality of life, how we can breathe. So just giving it some attention and putting it in sort of pride of place, following the breath for a few moments. And gratitude around each breath. Have a moment to root your energies too. It's a lovely practice to do at the beginning of your day. But any time that you think that you need to, or you're just reminded to just ground, then it's also lovely to do this. Send your roots down. And check through your body, how you're feeling physically. We often have common ailments that we get so used to, and we forget that they're even there. It's habitual how we're feeling. But just check in with any new sensations that you're feeling today as well. It's also nice to check in with something that you're quite often used to feeling in the body. Maybe it's dissipated or dispersed and you're not feeling it now. It's healed or recovered. So we'll come up for some quiet Zazen meditation. If you're lying down, hug your knees in. Have a few moments to rock and really enjoy massaging your spine. And if you're already seated, then just getting comfortable. Maybe just flexing shoulders and back. And then when you're ready, join me seated. We're just going to have some quiet time this evening. So gently follow the breath, but without sort of placing too much of an agenda on it. The mind will naturally wander and just come back to maybe just breathing through the nose and how that feels. But we're just going to sit and be with our thoughts, be with our sensations, be with our feelings that come up, memories, just being in the moment, not drifting off into the future or the past, although the mind might do this, but when you notice it, consciously just sort of draw it back to the present moment when you're just sitting here and breathing and just being at one with your body. So we'll take 5 minutes. Get yourself comfortable. Relaxing hands, Dhyana Mudra. Let your eyelids gently close. And just follow the breath a few times. Just stay in the moment. Be amused by how your mind works. Relax. Try and soften your face. Staying with your thoughts. Coming back to your breath. Very gently. Just take one more conscious breath with me. And then we can blink our eyes open and come into our practice. It's always lovely to do meditation at the beginning of a yin practice because it allows us to really still from the day and to come into a kind of a very contemplative state where we can come into a pose now. We're going to come into puppy and continue that sort of mindfulness. So onto your knees. And a bit like a sort of a down dog on the knees, with the hips over knees, bringing your body down. And just let the arms stretch out. They don't have to be straight and rigid, just allow them to be soft. Feeling a gentle curve in your lower back. And just notice where you're tense. You might be tense around sort of the tops of the feet or somewhere through the legs. And trying to soften through the upper arms and shoulders. Relaxing your neck. And noticing where you feel comfortable in this pose, where it might not be so comfortable, where it's challenging you. Noticing the sensations in your upper back. And then we'll just take a few more deep breaths here. Won't do the full time. It's quite an intense pose for the first one of an evening. But gently lift your head slowly. Gradually walk your hands and arms back. Feeling that nice gentle release. Find neutral pose. And it might be what you feel after you come out of this pose that might be quite juicy, especially that part in the upper back between the shoulder blades, where we hold a lot of tension. When we have the arms like that, we get to sort of press the body back from often the body is very slouched forward throughout the day. So relax. Tuning into whatever you're feeling and wherever you're feeling it in your body. Scan through. Perhaps you're feeling quite invigorated in your wrists and hands, palms. Through the arms, we've been stimulating the meridians there. And certainly our heart chakra, melting heart pose or puppy pose, can help shift some stuck emotion. And working with the shoulders and arms, burdens that we hold there, and often childhood issues. So even in this pose, keep relaxing. Notice if there's still some tension in your lower back. So we'll gently draw our knees in. We've come back with the lower back, and so we're going to come into caterpillar now to bring the body forward. Just have a few moments to rock and roll on your back. And then rolling up to seated. Extending legs. And if you're comfortable here, then great. If you need a little rolled up towel under the knees, then that's always an option. Otherwise, we're going to just allow the body just to gently fold forward. Feeling that kind of counter pose in the body now. So just relaxing legs. Let them rotate if they need to. And then gradually you can explore allowing the neck and head to be heavy. And then releasing the tension that you normally hold in your shoulders. And if you can relax your eyes to be closed and soften your face. Keep exploring what you're feeling in your body. Noticing what goes through your mind. Consciously witnessing your thoughts. And trying to stay in the here and now. If you take the time to sort of internally take your mind's eye into your body and just glance around at all the major organs, do they seem balanced and well, happy? Or can you tell if your liver feels a little bit low and out of balance or sad? Or your kidneys or heart? Just intuitively go within and notice. With a nice long breath now, gently lifting up. Slowly, feel how heavy the head can feel when we do that initially. And then coming down. Slow movements, placing your body and moving each part gently. And just taking a moment to notice where you're feeling any sensation. You might feel it mainly through the legs, upper thigh, inner thighs, or you could start to sort of feel a coldness maybe along the torso, where the meridians flow through our body. We don't entirely have to know what's moving and where it's moving, it's just curious, but just doing the poses, we know that things are shifting. How does your breath feel? Noticing if your back is fully relaxed. And then when you're ready, we'll hug the knees in. We're going to need one block next for supported bridge. If you haven't got a block, then you can use a bolster or a stack of cushions, whatever you've got to hand to just raise the body and support the body. So when you're ready, roll up. And if you do have a block, you have two choices. You can have it on this top height, the third height for a block, or if you just feel like this evening it needs to be a bit more nurturing your practice, take it onto the second level. And then just notice. Try both. If the top height doesn't feel right, come down a little bit lower. Bending knees. Bringing the feet close to the buttocks, and then we lift our body. Pop the block, not on the lumbar spine, but just the sacrum, sort of in line with the top of the buttocks. There's that flat part that you'll notice is fairly comfortable to rest on. And then just relaxing arms. Initially, there'll be probably tension in the upper thighs, inner thighs, and around your shoulders and neck. And I find that these are the two places to keep coming back to, and the buttocks, where there's tension just sort of keeps returning. So maybe close your eyes. It allows you to tune in a little bit more. Relax the buttocks and thighs, soften your shoulders and neck. If you need to lower the block down and soften this pose, please do. Keep relaxing, look through the body. Dropping the shoulders from your ears. Nice gentle belly breaths. Keep rotating your awareness around your body. It's lovely for your throat chakra, this pose, and heart and solar plexus and the lower chakras as well. Always try and keep the head straight. Keep relaxing, following your breath. Notice whatever mental chatter that you have got. Just observe this moment. Notice if the body is really relaxing and softening now. You don't have to keep returning back to the tense areas. So let's take one last breath in this pose. And then coming onto your toes gently. And lifting your body just enough to remove the block. And slowly, slowly come down. Being very gentle with your back and mindful and really enjoying how it feels as you stretch out your legs. And we take this time, this time in neutral pose to really tune in to what we're feeling, what we're thinking about, what we're feeling, and just reflecting on anything else that comes up for us. So often in life we don't have enough time to pause. We're on one activity and then straight onto the next. And then we're timetabled in for something else. And it's one long treadmill without that pause to just consider what we've just done, how we feel about it. So these pauses are precious moments to come back to our being rather than our doing. We're going to hug knees in now. And bring your right one, then your left one. Gently rock. Sometimes it's nice to take a lovely slow rock from side to side and really feel the whole process of rolling from left to right. Very nurturing on the spine. So we're going to come up. This evening I'd like to do lung bench. Not one that I often do. And it's not one of my favourites either, because we often do heart bench, which I do like. Lung bench, we have the blocks on the second height. The top block is just to rest your head. And this block here, we are sort of placing it on the body, sort of, I would say just sort of slightly lower than the bra strap sort of height. And the lower part of the shoulder blade, sort of that tip of the triangle, just below there. So everyone's going to be slightly different with their anatomy and their body. And we'll just try this one out. We won't take it for too long. And if it really doesn't feel right for you, please come out, just lie back. Or you can take heart bench if you wish. So we're just gently going to lower back. It has a very, very different sensation, this pose, to the heart bench. It really does open up the chest a lot more. So see how it feels this evening. Take a few moments if you need to, just to find the correct place and support for those blocks. Once you've found that position that you can rest in, it's much better than continually fidgeting. Deep breath. Try and settle. Be curious as to the sensation you're feeling. It's a little bit more intense on the lower spine. So if it doesn't feel right, please come out. Notice where you might be holding some muscular tension and tightness. Where you might find it hard to relax might be that lower back. Take some deep breaths. See if you can just breathe through this pose and notice it gradually becoming slightly easier. How do you feel? Are things starting to slightly become more manageable? We'll take one more breath. When you come out of this pose, be really careful to support your body as you lift your head first. And then using your arms, support your body to lift. And then taking the blocks away. There's times I like that pose and times that I don't like. I actually didn't mind that this evening. But I find it challenging. It's hard to relax in that one. Nice long inhale and a lovely long sigh on the exhale. How does your lower spine feel now? Often it can feel quite nice after the harder poses. Drop your shoulders, relax. Follow your breath. Notice if when you do that, naturally you've caught yourself breathing just in the chest, or whether there's sort of a shallow breath to the belly. So we'll hug our knees in. We're going to come into hammock next. So you'll need your yoga strap or belt or cord of some kind. But before we come up, just have a moment to rock and relax here. Lift the head if that feels nice. And circles on the spine. And then when you're ready, rolling up. So with your yoga strap, making a big loop with it, and then we're going to use it on the right foot first. I like to lie down and then lift the leg, bend into the knee, and then bring the strap around the back of the head, not the neck at all, always away from the neck. It's sort of around the base of the skull. And then we can just play with this strap in two ways. If you push into your foot, you can feel a lovely gentle tug and lengthen through the back of the neck. But then if you actually relax the foot and let the head become very heavy, you can perhaps feel a bit more through the hamstring and the back of your leg. Try both positions. Notice what feels quite good and just sort of maybe settle in the middle. Close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, you might be able to relax your leg a bit more. The head becomes heavier. Relax your face. And notice where you feel this stretch. Back of the leg, buttock area, perhaps more in the hamstring than the calf. Just enjoy pushing into the foot every now and then. Feel that stretch through the neck. Nice deep breaths. And then if you want to just unhook the strap for the last part of this pose, I really enjoy just holding on to it and exploring moving the leg. Maybe swing it out to the side. Rest the head to the mat. Feel a lovely stretch on the inner thighs. You might like to take the leg across the body. Might intensify the feeling around the hip. Lift the foot higher, have a nice bend. in the knee. Just have a nice, a few moments to play with what sensations you feel. It's always interesting to explore the flexibility you have in the hip joint here. So when you're ready, just gently lower your foot down. You can swap feet if you want to, ready for the other side, or just leave the strap to one side. Have a few moments and just tune into what you're feeling. Certainly, I would expect you to feel the back of your right thigh, the hamstring and buttock area, perhaps the back of the knee, and whatever you feel through the upper back and neck. Following your breath. And so we'll come into the other side. If you want to hug your knees in first and have a little rock, you can. But if you've already got your strap around your left foot, then by all means just bring your foot up, pop the strap around the base of the skull, finding that comfortable position, and then relaxing your arms down again, either pushing into the foot or letting the head be heavy. You're going to feel different sensations. You might find that one leg is a lot tighter than the other leg, so you can notice those differences too. Try and relax your abdomen and the belly. And just follow some lovely soft belly breaths. Notice if this is a pose that you quite enjoy. For one, raising the legs is always restful for the heart and draining for the fluids. See if you can relax as much of your body as you can. If you feel it through your hamstring, just gradually exploring, lifting the leg more and stretching that part of the body. And remembering you can push into the foot and enjoy a gentle tug around the neck. And then when you're ready, if you want to, let's unhook the strap from the head. And just holding on, you can move the leg around a bit more. As you take the leg out to the side, you're going to feel a lot more in the inner thighs and the inner legs. What part of the movement feels the nicest for you? And can you still remain fairly relaxed? When you're ready, just start to lower your leg down. And putting the strap to the side, you don't need that anymore. Take neutral spine, let everything relax, and just enjoy whatever you're feeling. If it's very stimulating through the backs of your legs, then we're targeting the bladder meridian that runs through the back of our body. And the bladder and the kidney meridian are linked. The water element. Just enjoying this pause. Connect with your breath. And then we're going to come into relaxation. So if you would like to hug your knees in, just to relieve anything that you need to. And then either remaining lying down or coming to seated. Pop a blanket round you if you need to. Allow yourself to relax. Soften from head to toe. Releasing all the muscles and around your joints. And you know, I often like to take a card, even before shuffling one has fallen out. So I will take that and read it to you, and also see what else may need to come out for us. Oh, another two have fallen. That's quite unusual. So I will be guided by perhaps the fact that the powers that be are wanting me to read these. They may mean something to you. The first one we have Celeste. A happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. Yes, it is time for a move. I am working with your other angels to keep your spirit and energy high during this move. Although it may seem as if moving requires a lot of effort, when you work with me and the other angels, it can actually be a time of great joy. I will help you to find a new location, and then I will assist you with the necessary details. I will also help your other family members to adjust to this move. Just ask. All I request is your trust. Trust that God and the angels are capable of finding just the right place for you. If you decide on one certain place and it doesn't work out, it is because we are bringing you something that's even better. Expect miracles to occur that allow you to afford this change. Stay positive and don't buy into the illusion of scarcity thinking. We will smooth the way, and we will also help you meet new people who will illuminate your path. And the second card, Bethany. When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, a sea salt bath, or a pedicure. You are a giver, and God loves you for that. Now it is time to give to yourself. I am helping you to spiritually open your body through the process of relaxation. So you see that relaxing has its own productive side. The more that you allow me and the other angels to give to you, the more you will be able to give to others. Your soul has called out to heaven, begging for some rest and relaxation. You have been working ceaselessly, and you have also been juggling many other people's interests. Now it is time for your reward. This is a directive from heaven. Take care of yourself and don't allow others to be swayed from this important mission. Take steps right now to create time for relaxation. You will feel happier and have more peace of mind as a result, which will benefit everybody in your life. And in the third one, Desiree. Now this one says, no, conditions aren't favourable right now. Wait or look into other options. Ask the angels. Ask the angels to help you and comfort you. There's a reason why you asked for heaven's opinion about this situation. In your heart, you knew that something was amiss. I'm here to help you trust this wisdom within your heart. Although it may seem romantic to jump in without looking, this situation warrants otherwise. Since I am one of your guardian angels, your happiness is my central mission. This situation, as it currently stands, won't bring you the joy that you seek. There are options available to you. One is to wait. This will certainly improve your outlook, either because you will learn more information or because something better will come along. The second option is to go ahead with the current situation. You certainly have the free will to do so. Be assured that I will stay with you, whether you heed my caution or not. If you fall into a situation where you need my rescue, I will be there with my unconditional love. Each time that you listen to me, and also each time that you ignore me, you grow and learn. So 3 quite interesting cards there. about some sort of move, the need for self-care. And just to be aware of what options you have and that conditions might not be favourable for a big decision. I'm going to leave that with you, and what resonates the most, just allow that to work through you. Very gently now. Just draw your awareness back, noticing where your mind drifted off onto what thoughts or ideas from those cards. Notice what you've taken from your practice this evening, whether something has resolved in your mind or there's a little bit more clarity with something. Because although we work with the yoga poses, they are a route within to understand ourselves more. So very gently just begin to move. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Long exhale. And then, if you're lying down, gradually hug your knees in for a rock. If you're seated, just roll shoulders or the head. Moving slowly, just so that you can kind of move through the rest of your evening in that yin energy. And then you can roll up to seated. Take the rest of your evening moving slowly as well. Allow everything to sort of just start winding down. And then we can bring hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.